Hi, I'm Bethany Pruitt. I am a senior at Washington Math Science Technology Public Charter High School in Washington, D.C. I believe that the odds were stacked against me from the day I was born. She never was really a mother to me because she never was around, she never was there. Before I was even born, she was a drug dealer. She was running from the cops. She and my father kind of were like in a drug ring, I guess. Cocaine, marijuana, needles. He died when I was 4. And my mom turned herself in. They ended up putting her in rehab, not jail. I remember they taking me away, and then I got a shower for the first time in months because at the time we were living in an abandoned apartment. It felt wonderful. I was finally able to get clean because the shower at the apartment building never worked. So the government had taken us. In a year and a half, I lived in 14 different foster homes and 2 hospitals. I was in children's for a 6-month holding period, and I remember it was wintertime and Thanksgiving came around. Again, I missed Thanksgiving, my family, and then Christmas came around and I was still in there. I liked the routine that I was on about being around people that didn't treat me with harm and having my own bed and being fed. I actually love living in residential homes. I actually had like a lot of friends, and it actually made me who I am because it made me more mature. When I was 10, I moved back with my mother. My mother got custody from the court. I was still raising myself, and I didn't like it. I was in a special ed education school.
Primarily, it serves emotional behavior disorders. I was her 7th grade English and social studies teacher.
I liked school because it was my escape. I felt smart.
She needed several supports with coping skills. She would sort of rush through her assignments, and she would find herself bored, and then she would start to talk, or she liked to dance, so she would get up and dance through the classroom.
I decided that in 7th grade that I would get out of the school, whether it was this year or next year.
She was an A student, always an A student, always completed her work, was very involved in the academic process, wanted to learn everything, always wanted to make sure she got her grades and her schoolwork done.
Everything else that I've wanted in my life, it's always been taken away by someone else. And this was the only thing in my life that no one else could damage or take away. When I finally decided that it was time for me to move out was when I was beginning the process to try to get out of the middle school that I was in.
I was afraid for her. I wanted her to succeed. I saw her passion, her drive, and I needed her to make sure she got to where she needed to be.
She took me in when no one else would.
So I helped her find a school.
When I first started living with my teacher in 9th grade, it actually made me realize that the reason I acted the way I did was because of my family.
Her environment change was the biggest factor in her life. You know, many kids are diagnosed with disabilities when the real issue is they haven't eaten in 3 days.
The environment that I was living in with Liz was the happiest I had been my whole life.
Going to the beach was new for her. Going out of town was new for her.
My dream when I grow up is to help people.
Going to college is her absolute goal.
It's like a new beginning for me.
She wants to be successful with college, to finish.
It will be my chance to undo every hardship, every thing that's ever been a struggle for me. So I can't wait for it.